The Shawshank Redemption is one of those rare films that transcends time and space, leaving an indelible mark on the viewer's soul. Directed by Frank Darabont and based on Stephen King's novella Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption, this film is a testament to the power of hope, friendship, and the enduring human spirit. It has earned its spot as one of the greatest films of all time, despite initially underperforming at the box office. In this review, I'll take you through what makes this film so unforgettable, examining its themes, characters, performances, direction, and the overall experience. A story about more than just prison. On the surface, The Shawshank Redemption is about a man, Andy Dufresne, Tim Robbins, who is wrongfully convicted of murder and sent to Shawshank State Penitentiary. While in prison, Andy forms a close friendship with Ellis Redding, Morgan Freeman, a long-term inmate who becomes his confidant and narrator of the story. As the film progresses, Andy's intelligence and calm demeanor enable him to gain respect and make a significant impact on the lives of his fellow prisoners. The film ultimately explores Andy's struggle for justice, his resilience in the face of adversity, and his desire for freedom. However, the movie is far more than just a prison drama. At its core, The Shawshank Redemption is a story about hope in the most hopeless of situations. It's about finding meaning and purpose even when life seems meaningless, and it's about the relationships we form, particularly the one between Andy and Red, who provide each other with strength and guidance throughout their years at Shawshank. The power of friendship. One of the standout aspects of The Shawshank Redemption is the relationship between Andy Dufresne and Ellis Red Redding. Played by the incomparable Morgan Freeman, Red is a man who has spent most of his life behind bars. When the movie begins, he is a seasoned convict, resigned to his fate and uninterested in the outside world. He serves as the narrator of the story, and his deep voice and reflective tone immediately draw the audience into the world of Shawshank. He is skeptical of Andy at first, seeing him as just another naive new arrival, but over time, their friendship grows. Andy, on the other hand, is a man who refuses to be broken, even when the odds are stacked against him. He is intelligent, calm, and composed, which makes him stand out among the hardened criminals in Shawshank. His friendship with Red is the emotional core of the film, and it evolves from mutual respect into something deeper. Through their exchanges, the audience learns that while life in prison can strip a man of his freedom, it cannot take away his will to live, his ability to think, or the human connections that keep him going. Red's transformation throughout the film is just as powerful as Andy's. When he first meets Andy, he has long given up on the idea of ever leaving Shawshank. But Andy's unwavering hope and quiet defiance slowly begin to change Red's worldview. The famous line, "Get busy living," or "Get busy dying," captures the essence of this transformation. Red comes to realize that while his body may be incarcerated, his mind and spirit are still his own. Their friendship is the driving force of the film, and it's through their connection that the audience is able to grasp the film's deeper themes. Andy's hope and determination inspire Red to believe that life beyond the prison walls is still possible, even for someone who has been institutionalized for decades. Hope versus despair, the heart of Shawshank. At its core, The Shawshank Redemption is a meditation on hope. The film juxtaposes two opposing forces, hope and despair. Shawshank is a place designed to break people, where dreams are crushed and time seems to stretch into eternity. For many of the men incarcerated there, hope is a dangerous thing, as it keeps them clinging to the false notion of a better life outside. In the harsh environment of Shawshank, hope is both a lifeline and a source of suffering. Andy Dufresne's ability to maintain hope, even when faced with the worst possible circumstances, is what makes him a beacon of light in the darkness. Early in the film, when Andy first arrives at Shawshank, he is immediately thrust into a brutal world of violence and abuse. Yet, he doesn't let the harsh conditions break him. Instead, he uses his intelligence to create a purpose for himself. Whether it's helping the warden with financial schemes or establishing a library, Andy refuses to be defined by his circumstances. His prison break, both literal and metaphorical, symbolizes the triumph of hope over despair. There are moments in the film when Andy's hope seems to falter, particularly when he's thrown into solitary confinement after an incident with the corrupt warden. But it's in these moments that we see the depth of Andy's character. Rather than succumbing to despair, Andy finds solace in small acts of defiance, such as playing the opera music for the entire prison. He understands that even in a place designed to strip away everything from a man, he still has control over one thing: his mind. The iconic scene where Andy escapes through a tunnel he's been digging for years is the ultimate expression of hope. It's not just a physical escape from Shawshank, but also an emotional and psychological one. It represents the culmination of Andy's unwavering belief that freedom is possible, even in the darkest of circumstances. The moral ambiguity of Shawshank's characters. Another fascinating aspect of the Shawshank Redemption is the moral complexity of its characters. While Andy and Red are undeniably the film's protagonists, the other characters are equally compelling in their complexity. The warden, Samuel Norton Bob Gunton, represents the corrupt and oppressive system that seeks to control the men of Shawshank. He uses his power for personal gain, creating a false sense of justice in the prison while exploiting the prisoners for his own financial benefit. Other characters, like Captain Byron Hadley, Clancy Brown, the cruel prison guard, are given a chance to show their humanity. Hadley is a brutal man, but his softer side emerges when Andy helps him with his finances. Similarly, the character of Brooks Hatlin, James Whitmore, an elderly inmate, shows the devastating effect that institutionalization can have on a person. When Brooks is released after spending decades in Shawshank, he is unable to adjust to life on the outside and tragically takes his own life. This adds a layer of depth to the film's exploration of the psychological toll of imprisonment. These characters, though not as central to the story, contribute to the film's broader themes of justice, power, and redemption. The film constantly asks the question, what does it mean to be free? Is it simply the physical act of leaving the prison? Or is it something deeper, something that comes from within? Direction, cinematography, and music. Frank Darabont's direction is masterful in creating a film that is both intimate and expansive. The pacing of The Shawshank Redemption is deliberate, allowing the audience to fully immerse themselves in the lives of the characters. Every shot feels purposeful, and the framing of scenes, particularly those in Shawshank's bleak, gray hallways, enhances the feeling of confinement. The cinematography, by Roger Deakins, is stunning. Deakins, who would go on to become one of the most acclaimed cinematographers in the world, captures the prison setting with both beauty and darkness. The contrast between the prison's oppressive interiors and the wide, open sky when Andy escapes is a powerful visual metaphor for the freedom that he ultimately achieves. The film's score, composed by Thomas Newman, is another highlight. The music is subtle yet profoundly moving, adding to the emotional weight of the film without overpowering it. The score perfectly complements the film's tone, enhancing its themes of hope, loss, and redemption. The legacy of The Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption was not an immediate box office success. It grossed only a modest $28 million during its theatrical run, and it was overshadowed by other films released that year. However, over time, it gained a massive following through home video and television broadcasts. Today, it is considered one of the greatest films ever made, frequently appearing at the top of movie rankings such as IMDb's Top 250. The film's success can be attributed to its timeless themes, relatable characters, and the way it taps into the universal human desire for freedom and redemption. It's a film that resonates on a deeply emotional level, reminding us of the power of hope and the strength of the human spirit, even in the darkest of times. Conclusion, a masterpiece. The Shawshank Redemption is not just a film about prison or punishment. It is a story about the triumph of hope over adversity, about finding freedom within oneself, and about the enduring power of friendship. Its emotional depth, memorable performances, and powerful storytelling have made it a cinematic masterpiece that continues to inspire audiences around the world. The film is a reminder that, no matter how grim life may seem, there is always the possibility of redemption, and sometimes that redemption can be found in the most unlikely of places. In the words of Red, I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living or get busy dying. The Shawshank Redemption is a celebration of the choice to live, to hope, and to persevere, no matter the odds. It's a film that leaves a lasting impact, long after the credits roll. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Popcorn Express for more awesome movie content, and share this video with your friends. See you in the next one.